Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So yeah, you guys, I said let me just come here today to talk about well, I got some comments from people. Some people were talking about cremation, like they didn't know that was possible until I did the video. Like I think cremation is not a term that is very familiar with a lot of people, especially in Nigeria. Here you hardly even hear people say we're doing cremation in Nigeria. I think most people here will do burial. Cremation is actually not very popular around this side. So when I lost my baby girl, we had options, you know. I was in US when it happened, so they gave me the option of burial and then cremation. At first I said burial because that's just all the only thing I know. Like it's not like I didn't know about cremation, but cremation didn't even just occur to my mind because I had my own way. There's a way I saw cremation, you understand? So I saw burial like, you know, when you bury someone, you have somewhere to go to, you have, you know, you can always visit the place at any time you want. People go there to drop flowers and all that. But when you do cremation, after cremation there's nobody left. There's nobody to bury, you know. So I don't know. So most times people just spread it, maybe the ash around. If the person likes swimming, they go and put it in the water. If the person liked hunting, they go to the forest and spread it. Like they spread it around where, or around what that person loved to do before when the person was alive. And so when CHIDERA died, I asked myself, I was like, okay, what do I want? I said burial. So my brother-in-law said he was going to like take care of all the arrangements, even if I want the burial or the cremation, whatever the thing is. So Chama met me, and my sister Chama met me and asked me what I wanted. I told her I wanted to bury. She was like, okay, fine. She's going to handle it, because she was the one that took care of everything. She was the one that made all the calls, because at that moment I could not handle any call. There's no way I would be calling. At that moment I was very down. I was depressed. I was not just in the right state to be calling any funeral home for anything. So Chama said she would do all the calling and she would just leave me out of it. When the time is ready, we'll do whatever thing, you know. So she won't have to come and be disturbing me. She just asked me for information that they might need, and that was it. So she went to the funeral home and she came back, and like they told her there that the burial might take a longer time than cremation. Like cremation, we might get it done faster, and I really wanted to be done, so I would just come back home. But for the burial, they had other processes, like so many processes involved. Talk about land, talk about permission from this person, talk about hospital will sign this. See, in Nigeria, if someone should just die today, and you want to bury today, it's like this. There's no long story about that. You just bury as fast as you want, you know. But then I just realized that there it was different. She had all these things they told her that they need to do. So she had to come back to me and ask me, okay, look at what they said. If you want burial, we have to start talking about this, that. Then after approval for land process. But if we want the cremation can be easily done. Once the approval comes, put a date for the cremation, and voila, it's done. So I called my husband and I asked him, I was like, okay, babe, see what they're saying. They're talking about the cremation or the burial. Which one do you want? Then he said, anything that I want to do. That's anything I want to do. He's fine with anyone. If I want to bury her there, I can bury her there. If I want to cremate her and bring her back home, I can do that. So I slept on it and I asked myself, like, what exactly do you want? And I know myself, I think far. I can imagine a lot of things. When my girl was in the mortuary, like every night when I sleep, I think about how she is in the mortuary. Like, okay, she's just lying down there alone. You know, that image dealt with me, really. Like, I don't want to talk about that now. But then, and I just asked myself, if I should bury over there and come back home without her, would I be happy? It's like every day I'm thinking, oh, she's alone in that country. I'm not even there. Her family, just Chama that is going to be there. And then I said, okay, even if Chama will promise me to be going there all the time to visit her, I don't think it's still going to be enough because I won't be there. You understand? So I thought of it. I said, okay, if I bury, I have a very creative imagination. I don't know how to put it. I'm going to start imagining her buried. I'm going to start imagining her body decomposing. I'm going to start imagining a whole lot of things. And I told myself, I won't be able to do that. I don't know if I'll survive thinking about all those things, you know. So I had to weigh the options. Okay, which one will be better for me? And I called Chama and told her, you know what, I'm going to do cremation. I called my husband. I said, babe, let's just do the cremation. I think it's better that way. At first, I didn't even plan to bring her back. First thing I said was, after the cremation, we're going to call a priest over there. We're going to spread it around Chama's house in US there. You know, that was the first thing I said, you know, with her mother-in-law, my brother. That was the first thing see, when something happens to you, you just be thinking anything. At that moment, anything that just comes to your mind, you just think about it, and then you're like, okay, that's how I want it to be done. So after I said that, Chama was listening to me. She said, okay, fine, anything you want, we're going to do it. She spoke to her husband. Her husband said, oh, it's very okay with him, but he thinks that I might wake up tomorrow and be like, oh, why didn't I just bring her back to Nigeria? That he understands how I'm feeling, but that he feels that maybe one day I'm going to say like, maybe I would have brought her back. And even after I told Chama that, before she told her husband, AJ was there when I was talking about burying her over there in US. And then after I finished saying everything, she called me. She was like, you know what, Nneka, I totally understand where you're coming from. I totally understand that you just want this thing to be over with. You don't want to come back home, but she just wants to give me an idea. She just wants to talk to me. Maybe I should just listen to her. And then NJ told me that, what if we do it here and I come back home? That won't I want my kids to see her, you know, won't I want my kids to witness the memorial? That even if we go back home and see the memorial without the ashes, that would it be enough, you know, that my husband himself will get an opportunity to meet her, family will meet her, even if it's just her ashes and all those things. So after talking, I was just like, you know, I said sense in everything she said. I was like, yeah, I actually feel it's better that way. I don't know what I was thinking, you know. She was like, no, that if I still want to do it here, that they're fully supported, they will support me to the fullest, but they just want to make sure that I know exactly what I'm doing. And then I thought of it. I'm like, okay, fine. I think that option is actually better. And I called my husband. I said, you know what? I won't spread the ash again here. I'm going to bring her back to Nigeria. So that's how I made up my mind. That's how I decided on the cremation, you know. And it was a good decision that I took. It was a good one because by the time I moved my ticket, I moved my ticket to come back on the 20th of July. So, because it promised us that everything would be done before then. And then the date was coming so close and it wasn't done. There was somebody that was wasting time. Then finally, everything just worked out well. And then we did our cremation on the 18th of July. And that day is a story that I don't think I'm even ready to talk about what happened that day. My sisters were the ones that, you know, did most of the things. They literally did everything and mine was just to receive it at the end of the day. But after that day, I felt, I don't know, like I felt she's at peace now. She's no longer in the mortuary. She's at peace. She's resting, you know. And one thing with cremation is that after that day, there's no body. There's no more body. When I mean body, I mean B-O-D-Y, like the flesh. There's no more flesh. Let me use that word. There's no more flesh. That person is no longer, it's like literally that person just evaporated, you know. So, but with burial, how I saw it was like, if I had buried her, her flesh would still probably be under the ground now. And every day I'm thinking to myself, oh, how is she doing over there? How is her body decaying? And like I said, I imagine a lot. I can things in my head, you know. So that was it, and we came back to Nigeria and we did her memorial. I don't know if you have seen the video, but if you haven't seen the video, you can go watch the video on my channel. It's a very beautiful video. I did it with the family, and the Reverend was here too, and it was beautiful, you know. And I was happy that at the end of the day that I did it with the whole family. We all came together and we cried together. We're all happy together, and at the end of the day, when we're spreading her ash around, it was a beautiful moment too, you know. We started with crying, but we ended up all happy talking about it. It's sad that I don't have any memory per se to say that I had with her. The only memories I had with her was kicking. She was a very strong kicker. So like, yeah, the movement and my tummy, the conversations, I had with her and my journey just through pregnancy period. So yeah, and we spoke about that and remembered some fun pregnancy things that happened to me when we were pregnant, or fun things that we did. We all spoke about it, and it was beautiful at the end of the day. So burial, some people might choose burial. Like, I'm just giving you my reasons why I choose cremation. Some people will tell you no, they don't want it, they don't like cremation for their own reasons, but this is just mine. I'm not imposing my reason on anyone, and I'm not saying everybody should go and do cremation, but I'm just telling people why I did it. I don't know who might help there. And after we did the spreading of the ash around the house, I felt like she's with me. I still feel she is with us, you know. So I feel like spreading her around just made her closer to home. So that way, anywhere I am in this house now, I feel like CHIDERA is there, because we really did the spreading all over the house. Yeah. So anywhere I am now, I feel she's with me. Anywhere I look at, I feel like, oh, my kids are playing outside. I feel like, oh yeah, she's there. She's playing with them, and it's a beautiful sad moment. I don't know how to put it there, but it's beautiful, but at the same time it's sad, you know. One can never get over this kind of loss, but we just try to be strong as much as we can. So when I see my kids outside, or when I'm happy outside and we're all laughing together outside, I feel like, oh, CHIDERA is here with us. She's laughing with us. She's playing with us, you know. So a lot of times my children, they've asked me, okay, like that day when I kept on saying, oh, this is CHIDERA's memorial, they didn't really understand what I was talking about, but they could tell by, you could tell that when they hold the container she was in, when they hold her, they call her CHIDERA. Like, they're even taking turns. Oh, it's my turn to snap picture with CHIDERA. It's my turn to do this. And I think I feel so much better, and I'm happy that my sisters were there for me to just bring me back to reality. Like, okay, don't do this. Let's try this, you know. And I'm 100% sure I will have regretted doing it in US. So sometimes when things are happening to people, it's also, sometimes people around you, they see clearer than you do. So I'm glad I had my sisters there to do that for me. So that's just why I chose cremation, and I'm happy I did. Well, I have to end this video here. It's getting a bit too emotional for me, and I will see you guys in my next video. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment. And please always remember to check up on people. I can't stress that enough. Please just always check up on people as much as you can. Always be there for people as much as you can. You don't know what they're going through. So cremation is not a process I ever thought I was going to do, but I did it, and I don't have regrets. Especially the fact that she was a baby. You know, for adults it might be different, but now I really understand why people do that. I forgot to mention, we actually thought of burying her, like burying the ash, when we came back to Nigeria. We're like, okay, maybe I should just bury her ashes, because I know that maybe some people do that. And then I told myself, if I bury those ashes, we're supposed to bury it and plant a tree, plant a seed on top for like it's something to grow. I came back with some seed. They gave me some seeds at the hospital, and I said, if I should do that, and then maybe one day the flower would die or something, I'll feel like my daughter just died all over again. So I didn't want that. I didn't want anything I'm going to be attached to, something I have to be going to every morning, to be holding it and be, you know, looking at it every day. It's like when I see that thing, it's a constant reminder that, oh, I buried my daughter in there. So I didn't want that. I definitely didn't want that, because I know I can't handle it. So we just decided I would just spread her that way. I won't have anything to hold on to. I hold on to the whole house. So yeah, so that's what works for me. That's what we did the cremation. So yeah, so don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment. If you have not subscribed, what are you waiting for? It's almost December. It's almost December. Please subscribe, and I'll see you guys to my next video. Bye.
I've been hanging on, counting days, thinking it was me all along. Had a million conversations in my head about where it went wrong. And I've got no idea where you've been, who you are, not anymore.